Why did no one support Chris Rock when he was slapped on live television? And why does it look like Will Smith is getting away with it? Is there no justice in Hollywood, or is Will Smith too popular for jail? Chris was physically and sexually abused when he was a kid, so this must be a painful reminder of how cruel people can be. Fortunately, the Hollywood elite is rallying up to Chris Rock's side, and that's what we'll be looking at in this video. Which celebrity hates Chris, and which one loves Chris? This is what it comes down to, folks. Get out your pitchforks and pick a side. Are you Team Chris or Team Will? It's not hard to see where the tide is flowing. We all know what happened that Monday, a slap that was heard around the world and helped make the Oscars worth talking about again, but for all the wrong reasons. Will Smith took a small, unmemorable, harmless joke from someone paid to make jokes for a living and decided to get all up in his feelings about it. I thought that was what happened at the Oscars. Someone comes up and makes lighthearted jabs at the actors, and we all laugh it up and forget everything the next day. But no, Will Smith turned the whole script sideways, and it was disgusting to watch. Jim Carrey said it best: spineless en masse. The whole lot of them. It was sickening to watch them huddle around Will while Chris Rock was left standing around looking confused as to what happened. Will, are you okay? Are you okay? Will you tell us that you're okay? Why would you check up on a man who just assaulted another? Take Denzel Washington, for example, a respected black actor who is thought to be exemplary in how he carries himself. What did he do? He rushed to Will and Jada's side to offer advice and words of comfort. What? You'd think that Chris Rock should be receiving all the attention. There was a part in Will's acceptance speech where he acknowledged Denzel's words of comfort. "Thank you, D. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, 'At your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you.'"
Thank you, D. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, "At your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you."
Coming from Denzel, that was just sad. And it wasn't just Denzel. Bradley Cooper hugged Will twice in support and in an attempt to calm him down. Tyler Perry was also by Will's side. So where was Chris in all this? Reportedly, he went backstage during the break to speak to anyone from the Academy, but he found no one. He then went to Oscars producer Will Packer's office, where he found some support. Packer told him that they would do whatever he wanted. Chris replied that he was in shock and just wanted to leave. Moments later, the LAPD arrived, and they asked Chris whether he wanted to press charges, but Chris declined. Okay, Will's getting all the support. Chris is backstage, but what does the Academy plan to do about Will Smith assaulting Rock on stage for the whole world to see? In a statement issued 2 days later, the Academy said, "Things unfolded in a way we could not have anticipated. While we would like to clarify that Mr. Smith was asked to leave the ceremony and refused, we also recognize we could have handled the situation differently." This is what Packer had to say concerning the LAPD's point of view. They were saying, this is battery was the word they used at that moment. They said, "We will go get him. We're prepared. We're prepared to go get him right now. You can press charges. We can arrest him." They were laying out the options, and as they were talking, Chris was being very dismissive of those options. He was like, "No, I'm fine." He was like, "No, no, no." Even to the point where I said, "Rock, let them finish." It's obvious that the Academy fumbled the whole situation. If they had wanted to take Will out, they could have. Police and security were obviously present, so the only reason they didn't do it is, A, one bad reason given by Film Academy Governor Whoopi Goldberg was that it would look bad for an actor to be dragged off the Oscars on live TV. B, Will Smith is a very powerful figure in Hollywood. He's one of the most popular actors today. He commands too much respect, which is why Chris was going through an episode of Everyone Hates Chris all over again. With that said, many actors have lately come forth offering support to Chris. Jim Carrey, an actor who had been on a bit of a decline until his role in Sonic the Hedgehog, felt that Will Smith's standing ovation after his acceptance speech was sickening. Former basketball star Kareem Abdul-Jabbar penned an essay where he brought a different perspective to the issue. In his essay, he said, "When Will Smith stormed onto the Oscar stage to strike Chris Rock for making a joke about his wife's short hair, he did a lot more damage than just to Chris Rock's face. With a single petulant blow, he advocated violence, diminished women, insulted the entertainment industry, and perpetuated stereotypes about the black community. What he meant is that Will's actions made Jada Pinkett Smith look like a damsel in distress, waiting for a big strong man to rescue her from the big bad wolf." Kareem called out comedian Tiffany Haddish, who praised Smith's actions for siding with Will. In an interview, Tiffany had expressed joy at seeing Chris getting slapped. For me, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, because it made me believe that there are still men out there that love and care about their women, their wives. Imagine that. Tiffany was happy to see Chris get assaulted on stage. Absolutely shameless. Kareem wondered how Hollywood can continue to push for feminism and equality when men are still being applauded for standing up for strong women. It's as if women don't have a voice or are too weak. Jaden Smith was, of course, also on the support Will Smith bandwagon. His tweet, "And that's how we do it," was expected. Living under the shadow of his father's success has made him a little more than a henchman for Will. Actor and comedian Alec Baldwin was another to show support for Chris Rock. He tweeted, "I'm not reading much about how or even if the producers attended to Chris. But I love you, Chris Rock. I'm sorry the Oscars turned into the Jerry Springer Show." Star of The Real Housewives of New York City, Bethany Frankel condemned the Academy's lack of action in her Just Be podcast. "You have a presenter that's working for you at the Academy. They are working for you. They touch somebody, they punch somebody, they slap somebody. You have the person removed. You give them their award separately. It's not like, oh hey, I know you just smacked somebody presenting, but now we're gonna give you an award." Comedian Kathy Griffin in a tweet said, "Let me tell you something. It's a very bad practice to walk up on stage and physically assault a comedian. Now we all have to worry about who wants to be the next Will Smith in comedy clubs and theaters." Journalist and former First Lady of California Maria Shriver echoed this sentiment in a tweet, saying, "We should never get to a place where we sit and watch a movie star hit someone on global television, then, moments later, get a standing ovation while talking about love." One supporter did, however, go a little too far. In a since-deleted tweet, director Judd Apatow stated, "He could have killed him. That's pure out-of-control rage and violence. They've heard a million jokes about them in the last 3 decades. They are not a freshman in the world of Hollywood and comedy. He lost his mind." While Chris is getting the support he deserves, it should be noted that Will Smith did not apologize in person on the night of the Oscars. He won the Oscar for Best Actor for his role in King Richard, where he played the father of the pro tennis Williams sisters. Instead, he went off to the Vanity Fair's official after-party, where he sang and danced along to his own song, Get Jiggy With It, while cheering fans surrounded him. Now that you know that, how much do you believe Will Smith's apology on Instagram later that night? He posted, "Violence in all its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job. But a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I'm a work in progress. Sincerely, Will." What do you guys think? Do you believe him? He did resign from the Academy, which means he can't cast votes anymore, so that doesn't really do anything. In the aftermath, everyone wanted to know what Chris Rock had to say about the assault. In the first show of his sold-out comedy tour called Ego Death, Chris started by vaguely addressing the elephant in the room. "How was your weekend? I don't have a bunch of shit about what happened, so if you came to hear that, I have a whole show I wrote before this weekend. I'm still kind of processing what happened, so at some point, I'll talk about that shit. And it will be serious and funny." In a later show, Chris even stopped a heckler from abusing Will Smith. When the fan yelled, "Fuck Will Smith," Chris replied, "No, no, no." He chose to act like a mature adult and kept it classy. What makes this whole thing worse is that as a kid attending a white school, Chris was bullied and sexually abused. In a 2020 episode of Howard Stern, Chris recalled that every day was hell. That's all for now, but be sure to voice your opinions in the comments. Bye for now!